next month I can start raiding. I have the money to hold over. There it is. Let's do this. Wow, that was cutting it close. Oh boy. September. When's this going to get finished? That's not going to be enough. This one needs to finish, which is going to be October 1600. I have to hold out for a year. That really sucks. Oh, you've already been raided. My bad. Can I get that? 1, 2? Yes, I can. I'm pretty sure I recount that every single time. Oh well. Magistrates resign. Yeah, we're going to get a whole series of just really, really horrible events. Oh, Korean separatists are about to trigger, so you actually cannot do that. Group up Shigan. Grab that. In fact, if we're going to have a couple of years of just fighting rebels, then what I think I'm going to do is decrease autonomy. So we might well need to do some work with mercenaries. We shall see. Depends how my manpower situation resolves and holds. Rising up, there we are. 29,000 of them? What? How's that fair? About naval force limit. Am I over? Well under. We're good. Alright, well, I guess we... One of the two provinces not protected by that fort, which is very annoying. I'm actually really tempted to stick a fort here, although it'd be a lot better to stick it here. Oh no, that wouldn't cover this province. Maybe I should have a fort in both of those, eventually. Anyway, how's the army compare? 4.2 morale for me, 3.4 for them, same amount of tactics. Morale alone will let us win this. Plus my army quality I think is just better. Very good. We definitely lose the manpower though. Victory is ours. Foreign plots, 200 ducats or lose a stability. God damn it. Actually, 200 ducats is fine, because that will allow me to repay a loan. We're only losing so much money right now because we are reinforcing. And I can actually pay some professionalism to get more troops if I need to. I think in this situation that would be acceptable. Ashikaga separatists are about to trigger. Thankfully these shouldn't be as good as the Korean separatists. How's the... Ah! We have colonialism. In Awami. At the capital. Not yet. Printing press has arrived. Good, good, good. Ah! Europe. Wow, Britain kept part of France. Spain's looking pretty strong. Naples has had a great game. Venice has had a good game. Austria seems to have shrunk and also moved to not Austria. Oh no, they still have Vienna. Brandenburg's around. That's a huge Commonwealth. Sweden's currently getting bitch slapped by the Commonwealth. Denmark's having a good game. Holland is around. Portugal. Morocco's had a great game. Mamelukes are dying. Oh, and we can see the New World. Inca there, but they are next to the Portuguese now. Oh yeah, Bosnia. It's because the Commonwealth basically just blocked the Ottomans. Can you raid Ming? That's what I'm doing. Once I embrace colonialism, I'm going to colonize. No plans to as yet. Is this out of range? No, it's that I'd already... No, I need to stay here for a month. That's what the problem was. Getting ahead of myself. That Venice makes me so happy. Yeah, that's a nice Venice. 35,000! Seriously? Thankfully Kyoto is adjacent to 3 separate forts, so it's not a huge problem. Price of grain goes down, price of wine goes down. In February 1600, the Peruvian volcano known as Huaycaputina erupted in a massive explosion. The effects of the eruption are felt all across the world, where famine killed millions and trade in grain and wine collapsed. But I'm just a bit ahead of time. Yeah, thought so. Regulation of the medical profession. States began to expand the number of doctors in the 16th century and to regulate and supervise their training in universities. These regulations also covered midwives. So Harima gets local goods produced or admin power. I'm going to take the goods produced. Well, it's only for a year. Hold on. I'll take the admin power in that case. And I do believe that we are safe enough to repay another loan. We're about to raid a very, 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 very wealthy province. Who's actually... No, we're going to wait. We're going to need more troops. We're going to need a bigger army. Actually, we probably could do with building a bigger army. Let's get another infantry. 2 more artillery. The volcano made it harder to grow wine. Wouldn't the price go up? I think it's more about having destroyed the wine crops. Should probably have been a goods produced penalty rather than a cost penalty. Right, there's nothing there to get. So we'll just hit Ryukyu and then we are done. This is hills, so we'll actually have a combat combat bonus there. Oh, he died. Damn it. Already? He was only 45. He's been in power for 3 years. No, 5 years. Up and coming pirate then. Oh, and we lost our advisor. When did that happen? No matter. Morale of armies? It's not so much military tradition that we need right now, it's admin. So let's get an admin person. Are there any unrest reductions? What we need? Let's grab you. Okay. We are tolerant of heretics and heathens. Alright, 21,000. Let's go. 3.3 morale versus my 4.2. We do have better tactics than they do. but I don't have any special abilities in terms of military combat. But we do have the terrain bonus, and probably just better quality. Banner infantry versus banner infantry. Asian charge versus Asian charge. No, we don't. So I'm not sure why we're winning this battle so capably, but I'm not going to complain. Ishiki, Tango. Just stay here, this is fine. Ah, yes, conversions, that's a thing. Once these cores are done, we'll not be having the overextension penalties. Stop doing that! There we go, now we're safe. Okay, that overextension period wasn't too bad. What kind of rebels were they? Separatists. I think all of these are going to be separatists. Oh no, we've got some particularists as well. But once this is gone, once the overextension penalties are gone, a lot of this should just resolve itself. Though I probably do want to state some places. You know what I should be doing? I should be institution spreading. Anywhere where we are getting those. Okay, everything has been cored. Growing popularity of tobacco. Price of tobacco has gone up by 50%. I would like... Oh no, we've got one more. We'll wait until Tango is done. Which is now. And then let's take a look at the stating. So I am going to start with Southern Korea. Then Hokuriku. Chibu. And how am I doing for states? I'm probably fine. We're not that big a country. We can have another 6. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Cool. So that should significantly help with pretty much everything I'm doing. Bengal, Neo-Sufism and traditional reaction. Many among the ulema are increasingly unhappy with the Sultan. Among pious Muslims, our inclusion of heathens in high offices, as well as the adoption of heathen customs and traditions, is viewed with scorn. Intrusion to the state and interpretation law and other traditional domains of the ulema have also not earned the state any friends amongst the jurists. Religious establishment react more strongly to impious conduct of the Sultan. Interesting. How come So don't have a pirate flag? I don't know. I don't think there regularly is a pirate flag. I've always created my own pirate flags for the YouTube series. Actually, the So pirate flag's kind of scary because the skull and crossbones, the eyes of the skull are basically these two black squares. So it like really highlights them. It's kind of cool. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then you should absolutely head over to my YouTube channel, which you can find at youtube.com/MordredViking, where you will also find the beginning of this series. Truce of Ming is over. But that's fine. And now the number of rebels has dramatically decreased. We really are just waiting for the spread of these technologies. I think it's going to take a long time for printing press to get here. And in fact, can't global trade start spawning soon? It will only spawn in the highest value trade node in the world. How much am I worth? 10. It's not going to be us. 22, 24, 42. It's going to be somewhere in Britain. Or the Netherlands or northern France. But regardless, so long as I upgrade the centres of trade, which I really should do. I'm actually going to take 3 loans to do this, because that's 200 precisely for each one. Like so. And then I'm also going to double check where I've got defensiveness edict right now. And we're going to put you on trade power. I'm going to turn yours just off so I'm not spending the extra. Like so. Glorious. Korea fabricating claims on me? Well, I'd better send a spy network, and also because we became a kingdom we get another diplomat, which is going to be very useful. No big Indian trade node, there might be. 12, 22, 5, 12, 6, 15. No, it's definitely Britain. Sevilla's a 21. Yeah, definitely Britain. %, inflation. Oops. My bad. Ming's mandate is not looking too hot. I need to fabricate on Ashikaga again before I forget. We are going to say Shinano and Kai. So that we can actually connect up to Musashi. Although I could actually have got these two, then I'm not cutting off. But I'm pretty sure that in the next war against Ashikaga, which will be in 12 years' time, we can probably take a significant chunk, because this bit is really expensive. Main army is still up, that's a good point. Well, it's up for a reason, because rebels. I'm going to step aside and let those rebels actually spawn. So that I can kill them! Manpower is starting to recover again. Good. So we had an absolutely disastrous beginning against Ming in that previous war, but we recovered. There's half a naval superiority. Commenting on VODs is going away. You'll no longer be able to comment on VODs as of November 12th. That's probably a good thing. Because I get so many notifications of people who don't realise that the VODs aren't live. Yeah, I know. Every now and then, like once a month, I'll go through them just to see if there's anything bad. Are you ever going to spawn? Come on. There's always speed 4 actually. Festivities gain base tax and key. This year looks to be such a prosperous year that Sadamori Ogasawa, in a gesture of goodwill, has decided to celebrate by arranging festivities for the locals. Cool. Nankai Tsunami. Oh dear. A giant wave has hit our southern coastline, washing away houses and destroying castles, temples and roads. The effects of this disaster are felt along the entire Nankaido area and will likely have great effects in the region for years to come. All that remains is for us to restore and rebuild what was once lost. Ouch. That's a large area. Goods have been moved across continents since antiquity, but where this was previously limited to a set number of routes and goods, such as manufactured goods of India and China finding their way across the Indian Ocean along the Silk Road, all trade is now increasingly becoming part of a greater world network. With the discovery of the Americas, sea routes around Africa and the crossing of the Pacific Ocean, local trade networks are being connected into one world-spanning interconnected web. Silver mined in the Andes is now being boxed and taken via Europe all the way to China and India. Iron mines and wrought in Scandinavia is being sold in West Africa by English merchants, and others are making a fortune just distributing cloth and spices within Southeast Asian trade sphere. Local Indian merchants are investing in future European trade ventures. It may still be early to speak of a truly global economy, but surely the first seeds have now been sown. Okay, so that's another one that I now need to deal with. Although that one we should be adopting ourselves. The other question is, where did it spawn? London. Of course it did. But we are gaining it in multiple places, so we should get it fairly quickly. Although because they have slightly tweaked how that works, we're not in Europe, so we do get a penalty. We're not in the continent where it spawned, so we get a penalty. We have the level 2 Centre of Trade, we have the trade power at least 15 and 25. Hell, if I built more marketplaces, we could probably get even more. I don't think we necessarily need to. Okay, so. I'm going to let the price drop. I'm not in a hurry. We're innovative. We spread technology very quickly. Trading in China were. Oh, nice. I did not realise that was a Republican tradition thing. Sweet. Remayelalsa, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Took a loan. Yeah, why am I losing money at the moment? Because of forts? Probably. Yeah. And also the fact that I'm maintaining a full army at the moment. Because these guys are just not spawning. Come on! Election in the Confederacy. You are tolerant, you're also 59, so we're definitely getting in somebody else. How many loans are we at? 5. Can't raid for another 6 years. Can't fight Ashikaga for another 11 years. Can't fight Korea for another 6 years. Oh man, that's expensive. Bartering increases. While the poor state of the So currency is becoming more troubling for us, the common people have started to look to other solutions. Many growing wary of the use of money and avoid it wherever possible. Take the autonomy. Why is my inflation so high? Gold and loans. Mostly loans. And also we just got a series of really bad events. Is it possible to get a... Yes. He is expensive though. Too expensive. I do not want to pay that. And also taking money in peace deals. That's another reason. Game still needs more institutions that spawn outside of Europe. I agree. I think that every institution should be 25% instead of 50%. And there should be more of them. And I was just thinking, there's no real reason why you couldn't have a province modifier which gives, finally, institution spread. So for example, printing press, because yeah, paper was in Ming China as well. So when it spawns in Europe, have that as a flag where somewhere in a Chinese culture province, printing press modifier will spawn. And it will last kind of like a Center of Reformation does for a bit of time. Which gives you a little one province spawner in China which can then spread out. Good. So where's next? Oda, Hawari. Oh, Wari there. So you're next to Minnow. So I'm actually just going to stop paying the army for a bit. Except for the infantry who are going to have training.